Hey guys. So I thought I saw my lighting situation, right? But I didn't. There's like lampshades, but they're tiny. I actually ordered the mini ones, but hopefully it comes out a little better. Anyway, so more recently, so like I was dealing with a couple of like losses that I've had, like a little bit of grief that's been going on, and my auntie passed away, and then also like a good friend of mine, like a musician friend. We weren't like on the best terms, I guess, just because there was like he say she says type of stuff. Like there's always those kind of dynamics between musician friends, I guess, and so yeah, through the whole course of our like 9-10 year friendship, he's blocked me like probably 10 times and unblocked me 9 of them. This past time, he didn't unblock me due to some he say she say type stuff, which he really wasn't the type of person to participate in. So essentially, sadly, he didn't like hear my side and where I was really trying to remain unbiased in the situation. But I fully grieve that, and I got through it. I'm like really proud of myself. It was probably like I don't know, a few weeks that it took me to come out of that. But anyway, more recently, I've kind of been actually dealing with something else, and it was like the resurfacing of people popping up from the past. So that's like the topic of my vlog. It's like the intentions of people that pop up from your past, kind of like gauging that and knowing what to do, and anyways, some of those people that pop up from the past, they don't actually mean any harm. They're possibly just former connections where we, had things in common, but weren't exactly on the same page or similar season. Not just yet. And as I've been slowly working on all my crafts in order to perfect each and every one, including working out, like trying to do away with my service-based businesses like cleaning and make readies, which are like anything to do with a property, like the initial clean, the trash haul, removing carpet and hauling that as well, final cleaning, and but like I've been moving toward my vlog, which I've been doing pretty consistently, my canvas art that I sell, and by the way, here is an example of some of my former work that I actually gave to my son as a gift, and it normally like hangs in his bedroom. So here is that. I don't really know if that's showing up. It's not showing up. Hold on. Okay, there it is. See? I don't know if you can see that all the way. Let's move it a little bit in the lighting. Like that. Lighting is everything. I really need to work on that. And I'm going to. I have every intention of doing so. See? It's potentially very beautiful. Hopefully you can see the potential of it. But yeah, I started a while ago. I got into like a lot of different things, and so like I've reevaluated pretty much like every part of my life and geared it toward. Sorry, I have like a little electrical issue, but these lamps are really old. I like them because they're antiques. They are, see, when I touch it, it's kind of like funny. They're antiques. They have like really intricately painted flowers on them. The only problem with them is that like the wires on them, the cords on them, are super duper old. But I have, essentially what people call like an old spirit or an old soul, right? And so I appreciate old things. Which is why I'm very old school and I'm having to figure out all this stuff out from scratch. That, other people might know, other people that are like tech savvy and stuff like that. But I still gotta do what I do in the meantime. while I'm figuring it out. That's what people do when they're en route toward their purpose. They just figure things out as they go along. So anyways, I um, I have been working on my canvas art. I have like a painting that I'm working on like currently, but I didn't want to show it like not in its fullest form, because potential is potential. You gotta show the full product. But yeah, so I'm going to be posting these things for sale in Facebook Marketplace. So be looking for me there in about a week or so. I've been also taking my poetry pretty seriously. I do have poetry under Chelsea Lou's Free Flow Simple Poetry or something like that via Amazon. Eventually, I'll post the links here via YouTube. And I've been working on performing musically in front of crowds in order to address my stage fright. And I started having so much fun that I just forgot anybody was there, honestly. Those performances can be found via my Facebook page. If you just scroll down a bit, I'll soon be selecting, and then I'll also soon be selecting those specific songs that I want to post and posting them via YouTube as well. I've been focusing on growing my vocal abilities, which can be displayed there, and continuing writing my own original music, which I've been doing in the closet for a very, very long time. And eventually I'll be officially putting that music out. But I've been working on it for a pretty long time, recording it like via the studio, and then like getting it mixed and mastered, so that it can be like heard correctly in the right way, in its fullest form, just like my painting I said. But all this while balancing taking care of my son that I have a separate vlog about that I'm also gonna post either tomorrow or the next day, and it's called Spectrum Support. So this specific vlog, getting back to the topic, is intentions of individuals popping up from your past. Okay? Can't always read those. But I would like to offer my perspective on being able to read those, and then what you should do based off of what you think that intention is. So most of those people, if they're not harmful, it's pretty obvious. Say for instance you have 3 to 5 or 6 things in common. That person has likely leveled up and started actively doing and displaying those commonalities regularly and recently thought of you, because they were doing those things. Possibly unblocked you. And then those are fine and dandy depending on how they approach you, or even if they try to. So maybe they just want to show you what they've been working on, and that they're serious about their growth and attempting to see how you've been growing and changing as well. So the other type, though, this one is important, are those that always and have that were always and will always be toxic. People who are stagnant, if you went over their house today, they would be doing the exact same thing that they've always been, which is basically nothing. I'm not talking about little flaws here and there or whatever. I'm talking about 10, 20, 30 years or whatever, and they just do the same thing. They don't do anything new or different or whatever. So these people are likely users, and either have the same couple of friends or none at all, because they've become so toxic that only people who are severely codependent or have been connected to them for years or decades or whatever, and they don't know the difference between being treated well and respect and stuff like that, and disrespect or whatever. Only those people can tolerate them. These people will likely not reach out directly. They will most likely ask people that are in common with you about you, including your whereabouts, and if you look well or seem healthy, happy, overall just doing well. Okay? But it's best to just make it known to anyone that you're connected to that you do not wish these details to be shared with anyone. So in this season where you're growing and being purpose driven, and if you're like me at all, there's like certain friends or family members or whatever that never truly appreciated you for your actual gifts, talents, and abilities. Which, by the way, like, to me, they've proven successful over a way shorter, like, time period, like a shorter span, than any other businesses that I've attempted that were, like, approved by them and viewed as normal. You know, they've been successful overall, you know. I mean, even with just me being happy overall, like all the time, like peaceful and stuff like that, just feel more connected to myself, connected to God and everything. Just feels natural, like there's not very much effort required for that. But yeah, like the ones that they viewed as normal, it was like a lot of effort. I felt really tired, you know. I took suggestions of stuff that they said that I would be good at, you know. And, you know, don't be what other people want you to be. You should just stick to the things that you want to do yourself. Just know that their intent, these people's intent, is to redistribute, because likely they have run out of an energetic source of some kind, aka someone to project all their negative energy onto for them to get relief of some sort that they haven't done the soul searching necessary for them to actually have and possess for themselves as an individual. So yeah, they didn't earn that. So like they're trying to steal your peace, they're trying to steal your joy. Yeah, but the reason why I say this is because since removing these people for like the past like probably like year and a half, I have never ever felt in my life the amount of peace and joy that I now have. And now it's become like really important to me. So I will never allow anyone to continually project their shortcomings, negativity, or insecurities onto me ever again. Because like this season, I am definitely just elevating, you know, all around, all together. I would say the first line of defense is to request like a purpose. If they should reach out to you, you need to request a purpose of why they're reaching out to you, to them. Just leave it at that. Then you need to define your boundaries within that, whether it's just firmly set rules that you put in place for yourself in order to conserve your energy, or maybe even just not to allow that line of communication open at all. It really just depends on the specific scenario or situation. It just really depends. So like the second line of defense is to keep your conversation short and keep your own energy or attitude. Don't let them transfer theirs to you is the main point. And not allow projection or the switching of emotions to take place after naming that boundary that you will stand firm on. And the last thing that I'll mention is that if they continue to push beyond their boundaries, beyond your boundaries that you gave to them, warn them one time. And what the consequence will be if they continue to do so. Not abide by that. And then if they continue to not abide by that, you need to follow through with that specific consequence that you named. Okay? If you don't do these things, you will go right back into your funk and your depression involved with that connection that you had before. I'm going to add an extra one. That's what I'm going to do. No matter how tempting it is, or how much you feel a desire to let them know how well you're doing without them, this is a pride thing, okay? It's human nature. And it sometimes comes along with the feeling of, it comes from the feeling of rejection, right? Which is all these people do. When they feel someone is above them or doing better than them, they pretend to reject you or whatever. This is like, if you try to, like, let them know that you're doing well or whatever, this is like sort of a feeling of behaving defensively. You know what I mean? On your part, if you do that. You don't have to defend yourself. If you're right, if you've been right this whole time, why defend yourself? Like, if you've been feeling good, feeling peaceful, feeling joy, moving seriously in a serious manner toward the things that you've been knowing that you're supposed to do, but things that people just like didn't want you to do, you know, spoke negative into you, onto you, gossiped about you, whatever. Don't behave defensively, because what good will that do to update them on what you're doing or involved in, and give specifics of that? Like, why would you do that? Why? There's no reason, because they never encouraged you before, so you think that they're randomly gonna encourage you now? They're not gonna do anything except for try to sabotage it and bring you all the way back down again. And you might have come up all the way from a down, like all the way down stance by yourself, maybe even, or like with other people who actually did support you. And then you're gonna not only bring yourself down, but the people that were actually supporting you down also, while you're entertaining this person and letting them know the like details of your life. Don't do that. Don't even be tempted, because they already have shown you who they were through like their series of actions, and even energetically, or you know, if you could feel it empathetically. Like, unless somebody, I don't give a damn if it's your mama, your brother, your cousin, or whatever. If this person is not providing like positive stuff into your life, not fake positive stuff, like words. People use words all the time. I'm talking about like really being able to feel the positivity at the very least, encouraging words and positivity. If that's all it is, then talk to them once in a while, right? But if it's something that they have that maybe is different than you, maybe they're working and striving towards something that's like different than what you're doing, then possibly it's like something that can add to your thing, and you guys can add to each other and build upon it. That's like a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's something that can be utilized to make all the people in the scenario grow. If this person has never grown with you, and like you haven't grown from them, then what is the point of adding them back? Because you're gonna be like, you came from here and you went up here, and then whenever they talk to you, they're gonna go up here and you're gonna go back down, right? It's literally like common sense. So do not do that. Do not do that at all. So like the Bible verse that I had to go along with this, really, because I want to end that with that. My son is being a little bit loud. He's on his way to bed. He do that sometimes. But yeah. So, oh yeah. So Proverbs 26:11, it says, "As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his folly." So don't stay stuck on stupid, and don't keep on doing the same stuff over and over again. I really said that to encourage myself, along with encouraging other people. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's just going to set you back. Like, it's going to set you back. Like, if you do it this time, and you've been elevating, and you kind of like are getting recognition, and you got some momentum inside of your own spirit, and you believe in yourself, don't set yourself back, because you're going to go back even further than you was before. And I know that you have it in you to rebuild all the way from the ground up, but why? Why? Like, they're not doing the right thing, so why should you like try to treat them as if they have been or were? They already shown their character. Do not go back to that. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna try to show my painting one more time. Maybe the lighting is a little bit better now that it's a different time in the night. But yeah, this is the type of stuff I be doing now. Just art stuff. And I have been, besides this specific video here, I've been seeing a lot of progress within that. It just looks a little funny. Hold on. See? Hopefully you can see it from that angle. Maybe. Anyway, like I said, I have a poetry book on Amazon. It is not fully like edited. When I wrote it, I just was like, oh, I gotta get this published. I gotta get it published, right? Because I was like really trying to hold on to all of my art with my dear sweet life. But this third poetry book that I'm about to make, that I'm promoting right now, it is going to be lit because it's got like a lot more extra poetry. Like poets, they do like a chapbook, and then they add on from that book, then they add on new poetry to that same book in the second collection. The third collection is going to be both of those books put together plus the new collection in the way that I've been elevating. And like you can see my progress. It's sort of like my diary, like the story of my life, you know, like I guess emotionally, spiritually, and all that other stuff. The story of my life and the like the vibe of it. Sometimes visions in between of like what I wanted, you know, and just like all the obstacles within that. And that will be coming out very soon, and I'll put that to Amazon. But yeah, if y'all read my stuff, you know, the one that I shouted out, don't be judgy and stuff like that. I was very angry and stuff like that at the time because it felt like I was consistently fighting, you know, an unknown force, which was these people that I had to like really take out of my life and remove. And that's the purpose of why I put this vlog out, because whew, it's been way better. You'll be able to tell based on my writing alone. You know, when this third chapbook comes out of my poetry, I'll put it out via Amazon, and then I'll also shout myself out in the comments. I will start posting the links to everything because I just got these vlogs started. I have two separate vlogs. One is called No Labels, right? The other one is called Spectrum Support. So that's one of them is about my son and the struggle within like figuring out autism and stuff like that, and figuring out what resources I needed, like routines and stuff like that for him. And then once I solidified that, I could like start working on my own stuff, right? So I've been doing that. I've been you know, figuring myself out as an individual whilst raising this person with a very complex I would say, I wouldn't say disability. I would say like a complex obstacle. You know, sometimes obstacle, sometimes blessing. You know what I'm saying? Well, all the time blessing. But anyway, I will let y'all bid y'all adieu for the night, and I hope y'all stay blessed and stay purpose driven. Don't let anything come between you and your purpose. Express your boundaries and keep them.